thank you so much for making time to talk to us as part of this series that is in light of World Press Freedom Day this year, which is focused on AI and its implications for press freedom. Can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and the work that you do within the South African news media context specifically?
Yes, thank you very much, Sisanda. Thanks for inviting me. So I'm an advocate in private practice. I am at the South African Bar Association, and I've been practicing media law for about 14 years. Started out as an attorney and been practicing as an advocate for about 7 years, mostly in the free speech space. Done a lot of work for journalists and media houses in defending defamation suits, press council complaints, BCCSA complaints, and harassment applications and that sort of thing. And it's a very busy area. Obviously, as much as things get published, whether it's online or in print or on TV, people are going to be aggrieved by it, and they're going to litigate about it. And there are increasing threats to press freedom all the time, and that's the kind of thing that keeps me quite busy at the moment. I'm also on the steering committee of the Free Expression Legal Network, which has just been started up with the Campaign for Free Expression and SANEF, and we're looking forward to exploring these kinds of issues in the months to come.
In your view, Ben, do you think AI, as it's currently being used, and maybe how you see it being used in future, is a friend or a foe when it comes to press freedom? Is it, what significant opportunities do you think exist, and what are some of the red flags that you can see in the horizon in terms of the use of artificial intelligence and press freedom in the South African context?
While AI can be used by all kinds of people, anyone really, from young to old, rural to urban, anyone now with access to free artificial intelligence applications like ChatGPT can generate all kinds of content much faster, and in some cases with skills that they don't necessarily possess themselves. Like if they want to create a cartoon or an image about a certain topic, that can be generated within a few seconds that they might not have the skill to create themselves. Now, AI does pose a threat to the sustainability and viability of the press, because you can have people generating cartoons, for example, that could put editorial cartoonists out of business. Videos that could put video producers, documentary producers out of business to an extent. Obviously, the AI can't generate the same kind of quality and human touch and ingenuity that human beings do. But where you have a publication, for example, that needs to cut costs, they may have fewer journalists, fewer editors, and simply run things through AI applications to cut costs. And that has an impact on how many people get absorbed into the profession, and really the quality and human touch of the work that's produced. So that's the first threat, the first respect in which AI is a foe. There are respects in which it can be a friend to press freedom. One is that it can help to digest massive volumes of information into an output that is more easily comprehensible. So, for example, if you're reporting on a large court case or a commission of inquiry, and you need to transcribe the proceedings, AI can help you to do that. Instead of watching the whole thing and typing it out or paying someone to do that, you can get AI to transcribe it for you. Obviously, there may be errors, and you will need to be careful and treat it with the appropriate caution to ensure that everything that's transcribed is correct. There will be mistakes, but at least a lot of that work is done for you, so that when you do the verification exercise, it's a lot easier to spot the mistakes.
So it sounds like there may be some benefits to having AI as a key part of the media ecosystem. Overall, do you have any thoughts on how we can ensure that it serves democracy and preserves access to credible information, and so doing empower pe the ordinary people in our country? Asking this because of just the kind of information, particularly the earlier versions, were churning out, and people taking that as fact. Do you have a broad perspective on AI and its role in democracy?
Yes, there is scope to develop AI tools that can ensure more responsible consumption of information. So if one programs an AI tool to gather its information only from particular sources, so from, for example, media bodies that are members of accredited media institutions, like in South Africa, we have the Press Council and the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. If you have restrict the parameters or the sources for the AI to garner information to those, then you can weed out a lot of misinformation, because if it's just drawing from blogs and social media, anything could be said, anything could be made up, anything could be distorted or inverted. And in that way, misinformation can be consumed by people simply looking up a particular topic. And they may then propagate that misinformation themselves, not knowing that it is false. And that is why there needs to be a lot of investment, I think, even by governments, into developing apps, AI apps that can source information more responsibly than simply scouring the whole of the internet and churning out whatever they find.
Mm. And also just thinking about AI being used to, I know in the States, there were some, particularly with musicians and artists, to impersonate people. I don't know if there are any cases that you are aware of in the South African context where the technologies have been used directly against journalists, either to I don't know, impersonate them or to get information about them out there in very unsavory ways. Are you aware of any cases?
Nothing so far in South Africa, but I'm sure it's coming, because we
Mhm.
have had in the past, we have not just journalists being doxxed, but activists and people like that. And AI can be used to find information about them that is then put on the internet, so that people can harass and intimidate and even assault them, or follow them, or whatever the case may be. The other problem that we've been seeing for a number of years, is where AI is used to appropriate a person's image and particulars to create, for example, a fake profile, a fake WhatsApp account with a profile picture that appears to be legitimate, and in such a way that previously you could reverse search an image and you would see, oh, this is taken from the internet, this is not someone's own actual selfie. It's not a real profile picture. Somebody is impersonating them. And there are people impersonating, for example, the Chief Justice of the country, and sending WhatsApp messages saying, I'm the Chief Justice. I want you to invest in this scheme. Or I need you to lend me this money, or whatever the case may be. And you get these press releases from the judiciary account saying, somebody's impersonating Justice Madlanga. Please don't fall for these scams.
Mhm.
But because of AI, you can generate images that someone won't be able to reverse search on the internet. And then they think they're being prudent and checking that, oh no, this isn't something sourced from the public domain, this must be the real person. It's then quite difficult for the potential victim or the target of the scam to know whether they're being scammed. But something that Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, the platforms that are used to reach people and potentially scam them, something that they need to do is to have a filter that detects AI generated images, and warns the person, listen, this is AI generated, so that they're already put on alarm that this is a potential risk.
Thank you so much, Ben. I really appreciate it.